LOL, white America, assassinate my character. Money matrimony, yeah, they tryna break the marriage up. Who gon' act phony, who gon' try to embarrass you? I'ma need a day.
I want all you motherfuckers right here. I dislike you, I hate you, I'm gonna bring you on this fucking show, and you think if I'm wrong, that every investor, everybody that's fucking saying I'm crazy or I'm lying, sit here then and have the conversation with me. You wanna know why they won't fucking sit there? Because I've tried. I've tried outreaching, I've tried texting, and that's why everybody says you need to let it go. Let it go. Well, guess what? This is a fire fucking podcast because we haven't had a show in a couple weeks because my fucking producer fucked up the goddamn audio of Botshot's real world premiere of Botshot 2.0, aka cue the slide over so they can see Terminator. You're living in the real life Terminator of yourself because he's grown and evolved. We're just fucking growing and evolving. And I just came off of a Fire Daily Dose on the fucking page. Also, Aaron and Noah and all you people that help me out there, make sure we get this shit right because every time I watch this show now, when I say put a clip up, there wasn't one there. I did it for Rambo and Kano and Cash wasn't on there for Rambo. I said clip, no Kano Cash. So there better be a clip, goddammit, right there of the Daily Dose, what I'm saying. The moral of this story is, we fucking really live this. And if you are out there trying to go after your dreams, fuck all these little talks. I'm gonna be there to support you. I'm gonna do all these things. You gotta do what's best for you. Because all that is talk. All that is honeymoon moments. Just do it peaceful. Well, you know what? When people think that we're not peaceful, we're not this, and when Marco and JT were sitting there, and it's okay because you know what? They drew first blood, not me. And what people don't understand is everything comes full circle, and you're putting flames on a fire that's already lit. Not only in 2013, Aaron, put the clip picture right here. Taj just sent me my first apartment when I moved here. $700 a month. You stayed there. Staj's clothes got flooded there. I got mold there. I had cockroaches there, and I almost got stabbed. Now, getting back to the flame that lights the fire, there's how many of us? Botshot, Alima, Cole,
you,
me,
Taj,
Jen, Staj. 6 real ones, right? The 6 of all the real Congo people.
Yeah, the staff. Yeah.
Yeah. Now there's 6 flames. 6 flames that are lit up on fire. There wasn't just one of me. Now there's legitimately 6 of us. So with that being said, everybody knows this is Bosh. You got anything to say before I give you your
start
intro?
off. No, you got it.
All right. His intro, because now this is his debut. We're going to talk about entering the chat. We've been streaming. We've been twerking.
Whoa. No.
Tweaking. Sorry, I was at the strip club with Dre the other night. We were supposed to go Area 29. Big shout out to Claudia. We went from Claudia's place to Toka to the gym, and then we went to Area 29. Dre gave me some bands. So anyway, sorry, I got twerking thinking in my head right now. Sorry, Priscilla, it's okay. We're getting married soon, March 21st.
We're doing the intro?
Yeah, go, man, for fucking free ride.
Okay, first off, is the audio working? Are we sure? All right, so last time on the podcast was probably the best podcast of all time.
Fuck.
We talked about adapt or die. We talked about AI. We talked about branding. We talked about marketing. We talked about authenticity. We talked about discipline. We talked about success. We talked about all of it. So we're going to run it back again and going back to authenticity and this word everyone's throwing around nowadays.
It's fucking fake. If you hear them say authenticity, it wasn't from the podcast. It wasn't from Congo Jim. If you don't fucking like it, this is really who the I am, and that's my little brother, and he knows. Make sure we don't put the F word. I want to bleep that every time. It adds more effect. Go ahead.
Yeah, so authenticity. We're able to do this again because this is us. We're not we're not coming in here and be like, we got to redo that and recreate the energy. It's like, no, we're going to just naturally do it. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about marketing. We're talking about the future. The future is changing fast, and we as a brand are on the cusp of it, and we're going to take advantage of it. You think of Logan and Jake Paul pre-Vine days and when they hopped on and blew up on social. That is our goal times 10 with this new era. This is a golden era, not just in terms of AI, but in terms of personal branding, reconnecting what it means to be human, what an actual brand is, this fake word of authenticity, which I'm just sick of hearing, community in a gym, like all these buzzwords that are being thrown around, we actually live it, and we're going to break it down in the podcast today.
Yeah, we're coming in hot because you know why? I literally came off the Daily Dose. Boom, hit that thing. Let's get this thing some views because the fucking world needs it. what was confusing to me at the time became the biggest blessing of my life. There's no lies told here. And if you think there's lies told here, the podcast is open, the podcast is ready, and I would love to have anybody on who thinks a lie's being told. That goes to every investor that left me hanging, that goes to every person that said they would be there for me, and that goes to the people that ghosted us. And you know who you are. It's zero given. I've gotten to a point to where this brand means more than this city, than a lot of these famous names. So if you want it, I want it, and bring the smoke. It's Congo versus the world. And we usually close out the show, but we're coming in hot with the show. Bacha, you're not on the. What are you on? The creatine, the pre-workout.
Oh, I'm on the 2 scoops a day of creatine right now. I'm on the pre-workout full scoop before the workout. I'm on the 2 scoops of aminos during the day in a gallon, and then the sneak scoops throughout the day because that shit just tastes so good.
Also, I was gonna ask you allowed to take some tequila right now or no?
I'm gonna listen. Do we have any of the Congo Wild here or no?
Oh yeah, brother. This is what we got here, Jack. This is your first subs promo, brother. We got my brother Bacha, the AI Terminator, in the building. Ooh, yeah, that was a little too sweet, wasn't it? Because I gave you your new nickname. I know you like that right there. Yeah, got a little Hulkster in us and the Macho Man in us. And speaking of the Nacho Man, brother, we got Chalkline in the building. As you can tell, boom, look at the jacket. This jacket's been nothing but greatness, and I knew when I put it on today, it was going to be a great episode. We got LeBron, too. Put the picture of LeBron. Not too many kids from Sheridan can do that. So, Bacha, since you're in the building, brother,
all right.
and you're in the building, brother, and you've been out there in the AI world, showing the world how to be the real AI Terminator 2, what is the product that you just created? Real quick, we're going to talk about it later after the promo, and we're going to take this shot, take your Congo Subs vitamins, we're going to turn them, I'm not going to finish it. Go ahead real quick.
Oh, we're talking about the Wild here?
No, I give you that, yeah, I give you that sangria, baby.
Sangria. We're going to go promo style. We'll talk about the Wild here, the Arnold accent. So you're pouring it. You see, the caffeine is very important for your workout. So when you pump the caffeine, you get the focus. But when you hit the caffeine, you hit the wall. You crash, you cry. But we have the dicaffeine malate, so it's slow absorption there. And you got to get the pump, the nitric oxide, the blood's flowing. It's pump and energy. It's simple. It's nothing crazy. It's just you can take it.
You heard it there. It's Congo Subs. It's the Daily Dose podcast. We started in reverse order. We got the smoke, we got the music, and the intensity, but it's so intense. We're hitting this. Shout out to our sponsors. I'm not going to give you all love right now, brother, because it's about the Congo brothers, the AI2 Terminator, Mr. Bacha Khan. And if you're not down with that,
Woo!
Regal Pool. Summer's just better with a darn pool in your backyard. Regal Pools builds award-winning custom pools for families across Houston, made for memories, built to last, like America. Ready to get started? Call Josh at Regal Pools and tell him Dose sent you, or see their links in the show notes for more information. Big shout out to Legends. This is one of our best sponsors, the best sponsor, the best clothing out there. What we got to do, though, is a new way to get the Legends promo for you guys out there, for all the subscribers and shares out there. There's a new link that we're going to put. Is it right here, Aaron? There's a new link that we're going to put right here specifically to get the Legends discount code. Legends was introduced by my older brother, Taj. He was actually one of the first ones to ever wear it, I feel like, and then he got me on it, and then it was DeAndre Hopkins, and thankfully, when Hop was on the podcast, he gave us the blessing of God and got us this little partnership with Legends. But it's some of the best stuff. They're doing great stuff with us at the gym, too. We got new gear at the gym, so be sure to use the code. It is a new link. It is a new everything. So scrap the old one. It don't work. And scammers, step away.
Oh, good.
I got 2 words for you.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Too sweet, brother. Give me another one of those.
Give me another one? Yeah,
I got it, man. Give me another one of those. Aaron, how's that camera look with that smoke? Oh, yeah. All right. In all seriousness, that was seriousness. And, God always makes things happen for a reason. And for some reason, that podcast did not work. Last week? 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Aaron's been working his ass off. We have a great team. I know we're hard on him, but we were very disappointed when it happened. But this guy came here, came back, prepared earlier and ready. And that is what you could always ask for when you f*** up in life. You want to come back and go stronger. Aaron could have easily been like, I'm done with this. It's the second time this has happened, but we were throwing this guy in the fire multiple times in order to make something happen, and it's just expecting greatness to happen. So I'm holding him to greatness standards, and he doesn't even have the standards to know how to be great in any of this stuff. And he's here, and we're doing this live and well. So last episode, damn, it was fire.
That was good.
But, basically, man, what I want to kick off is I want to talk about man, what do I want to talk about now? Because so much has transpired with this shit I was just saying before online. I'm going to lead it like this, Bacha. That's what I'm going to do. I don't want to lead it like that. See, Warren says be himself. Cue the Jeopardy theme song so I know how to be politically correct. But then Warren says don't be politically correct. All right, I'll give myself 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Well, that shit. All this stuff that says they're the best. These fucking, again, bleep the names out. These aminos, these jokes, these fucking supplements, and they got all these views. Oh, don't get me fucking started on that mother. They got all these views, all these things, and now they want to be hybrid fucking athletes. I mean, this fucking horsepower over here, just remember that. And they got all this stuff as their best. They got the best marketing. They got the best athletes. They got the best taste, which is fake fucking news because our shit tastes better than everything. And we got some taste tests coming up. And speaking of that, you recently did something on your Instagram, boom, talking about how things aren't really what they say they are. So before you get to that, I want to know the mind it took for you to create this damn summer drop with AI, this winter drop with AI. And I'm saying this now because we're so ahead of the goddamn curve. The last thing I want to happen again is some other brand does this and they're getting all this credit.
Yeah.
It's the last thing I want because this guy has been starting it with the freaking everything. So go ahead, man.
Man, that's a deep dive. So let's get into it. So I think, man, where do we start with that? You know, I think right now, I just have this conversation. I just saw all these videos with this AI world we're about to go into and living in. And then, we're doing this again? Fuck, let's go again.
Woo!
So,
woo!
Here we go.
Woo!
This AI.
Dude, when I woo, you're supposed to woo.
Oh, you woo. I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it.
All right, go ahead.
I'm getting into it. So, man, where do we start with this? This AI world we're about to get into, I call it, you know, the playing field has been evened. So when you're talking about these other brands and they get the views, they get the followers, they have these multi-million-dollar branding teams, but us as a staff of a few family members and friends, we're right on their ass. So social media has changed, okay? In the past, you used to mount a certain amount of followers, and with those followers, you'd post, people would buy your shit. These algorithms don't work anymore. These algorithms are AI-based algorithms that you can have 1 follower or 1 million followers. If you post a video today, you can get the same amount of views as that other video. So the playing field's been even, and what stands out is this idea of personal branding and authenticity. And then this kind of ties it all in. I think we've seen an era where these brands have hopped on trends after trends after trends. And for example, the hybrid trend. Like, I'm going to go have our brand be these hybrid.
Subprimal!
I'm going to have our brand do this. And the brand itself gets lost into not being who it was when it started. So with us, we're Smash Mouth.
Aaron, put a hybrid athlete, what we just said, hybrid athlete there, and then make that SpongeBob thing, later. And do 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
And put something very pride-like for it.
And then with that, so where was I going with that? Oh yeah, trend setting. We're in your face, Smash Mouth, loud. We love 80s action, 90s action. We've always been that way.
You don't say, huh?
You don't say.
You don't
say. You don't say. And we're doubling down on that. So here's the interesting thing with AI. I'll get into when we started this and we're ahead of the curve. What's interesting now is I feel like everyone's in this weird situation where they're shitting on and hating on AI for no reason. Again, it's a trend. I feel like the trend now in the beginning of the year is, oh my God, AI is scary and it's not human and let's just make fun of it and shit on it. And people are hopping in that trend. To stand out against AI and when something can replicate you in a matter of seconds is to be yourself and authentic. And this, a Jack Santa jungle theme branding, Undertaker as American Badass, all this around us, that's unique. In our gym, we have all the vinyls of Rambo, Pain and Gain, Caesar, all these movies. It's authentic to us and we're not faking it. And for a brand to stand out, that word authenticity is actually us. And going back to now AI, when we started this whole AI campaign last year, when I got into it, Taj came to me, we had the drop of the summer. So the drop of the summer was our drop for the creatine and the pink lemonade aminos. And again, we're not these big ass brands that have a multi-million-dollar budget. We don't have film experience. We have none of that. But how can we make something badass and
Don't lose your
epic?
train of thought there, big dog. Me and Sathaj have got film experience.
Yeah.
Boom. Hashtag Mo. Man of the Year, GQ Middle East. Shout out to my dog. We got that framed. Shout out to GQ Frames for all your GQ framing needs. He's actually going to be doing some stuff on the new gym for us. And sorry. Oh, I lied. Shit, you were
I
on
was
the
in
show,
the show too. Yeah.
Oh, I just caught giving fake news. Shit.
I was a little waiter though. These guys are the
My bad.
doors. You're good.
No,
you're good.
you were part of the movie. You had film
Yeah,
experience.
yeah,
That is
yeah.
my bad.
Yep.
He was I gotta go back. Sorry before I lose train of thought. I owe Bacha a big apology. You want to know why? Damn. He had film experience before I did. You went to SNL, didn't you?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Man, shout out to Toby. It's crazy
Thanks, Toby.
how the world works. You know, Mo and Toby, don't lose your train of thought. We're going to come back. You know, I found out about them through when Mo came out with this first show, and I really liked this guy. And I'm like, man, he lives in Houston. I really want to get him in shape. And then, you know, I'm like, there's too many ties. And then freaking out of nowhere, 6 months probably, his lovely wife, Stephanie, has been working out at Congo. And I didn't even know there was a love connection there. And then when they found out, my hairdresser in California, shout out to Roby, connected me with her, Jackie Brown Grooming. She's right here, boom, don't forget it. And she styles his hair. And that's how she found out that, oh my God, Dose gets his hair cut by Jackie and they own Congo? She didn't even know it. So that's how we eventually got Mo, and then the manifestation of Toby with Mo and the seasoning, because they're best friends and they're all doing great things. Mm-hmm. So anyways, big shout out to Mo and Toby. I'll give Bacha an apology because Bacha was on SNL when Toby went there with Justin Timberlake, so he kind of got one more edge up on me.
Yeah.
Let it ride.
Yeah, Toby, has a cool experience. Won't forget it. Thank you very much, man. But you're going back to this pink lemonade drop. We wanted to make something epic, and it hasn't been done before. So Taj is like, man, what if because again, going back to us, what do we like? We love action movies. We love gangster movies. We love mob movies. So what if we took all of us, the staff, made us a character in a territory and built a whole campaign all summer? So at the time this is when I first went viral. I was making AI videos of what if GTA was in Houston. And then I was doing some kind of series that we're waiting on Grand Theft Auto to come out. I was doing me as an AI character in modern day GTA doing supplement runs and distributing powder across Miami in like a video game with AI. Mm-hmm. And it evolved into, hey, let's make Bacha the Miami boss character. Let's make Dose the desert kingpin. He runs shit around the desert.
Let's make Bacha, or we said it, or who said it? I think you wanted to be the man.
I mean, I'm the one who started it, so I mean, I made it.
All right, man, own that shit, man. Hey, he may not ever say it, but this is for all you guys out there that like don't understand Bacha's role and how much is on his plate. He has created these people. It's his literally video game. It's his thing. Obviously, he knows because he's our family and brother, but he created this. So own that shit, man. You went into a whole different realm and world, and you produced your own movie.
Yeah.
So own that shit.
Yeah, so we went week by week, Desert Kingpin, Taj and Jen were the Vegas high roller mob bosses inspired by Casino. Halima was like a drug cartel Griselda type character. Cole was a Peaky Blinders type character. And week after week after week, we made their entire world. Like this were the idea of AI so powerful in branding. This idea of world building. We're not just putting slop out there. We're building a world and immersing viewers into a connection they can relate to. Like Peaky Blinders, people love that show. So how can we bring our product back to that? People love Casino, the movie in Vegas. So how can we bring our product back to that? And we built this world of mob bosses that related back to what the viewer loved, but also tied in our product. We were slinging powder, distributing powder to reveal what the big drop of the summer is. And then we got into the big 2 episodes. So we got into this big epic movie blockbuster trailer for the Creed scene. It was like a 60-second trailer. It felt like when you go to the movie theater, you sit there and you're like, oh shit, this movie's coming out this summer. That's what I wanted to make with that. We put all the characters week by week in separate videos, all of us, into a movie style drop with explosions, all the cool shit. And that led us to another one, which was like an Avengers type drop, was the Pink Lemonade. We just kept upping the stakes. To make something like that would have cost millions of dollars and taken a whole team. I was able to do it from a laptop. And before anyone says, oh, just a press of a button is super easy. It's not. You have to have a creative think tank, a direction, and taste to be able to do it. Because not anyone can just put together these videos sequentially to make sense, to pop, to resonate with AI. It takes a certain brain and taste for culture, understanding what the audience wants to see, but also going back to us authentically. This is us, explosions, action movies, mob bosses, to give what we finally had the drop this summer, which was a 2-month campaign using AI that actually converted to real sales.
And will the real gorilla please stand up?
Yeah, so let's get into that. So at the same time, like, that's the cool thing about AI, and I love it so much, is this idea, again, going back to world building. I went viral last summer for making an AI influencer that was a gorilla. And here's the thing, nobody cared it was AI. I think now everyone's saying, that's slop, it's AI. When the gorilla dropped, I made a video of him. I think first video was him eating Shipley donuts in the car, calling Whataburger trash, drinking lean, going to a River Oaks party. People connected with that. If you're from Houston, you knew exactly what I just said, and you felt all those emotions. Then he missed his flight at Bush Airport, went to Galveston, went to Mastros, connected with these brands. Like, as a Houstonian, you recognize all this, and that's why he amassed millions of views over a series of 2 months. Gorilla landed me my first ever brand deal with ASICS. Not me, a fake character, and ASICS didn't care it was AI. They just know the character popped and resonated. And you're going to see that more and more and more.
Speaking of ASICS, go ahead and send this to them. Remember that shoe I liked?
Yeah.
I need another one of those shoes if you want to.
Chris, I run for tacos. We'll reach out.
I run for tacos. Daily Dose Podcast. Let's come up with something. But this is only because authenticity. I'm not asking for it for free or because we got it once. I actually am asking him because they took a risk. I judged the out of it. I'm like, this is going to be sucky. It's going to be, boy, it's not for me. I broke my pinky toe recently. I had 4 weeks. I waited. I put that shoe on, and I ran 3 miles on that shoe, and I was like, wow, I actually enjoy this shoe. So keep it real, homies.
Yeah, he would
like that.
He wouldn't have said that. He's been shitting on ASICS for the past while, but you guys did good.
It's a primal shoe. Either way, get back to it.
Yeah. So I mean, this gorilla of 2 months, just 100K views, million views, 30K views, back to back to back to back to back.
Hey man, pull that number up. We want the real number.
That's a real number.
You know the number? I want the actual number.
Total number for the 2 months, I would say like 3 million views at least. And again, I had brand deals. I had a comedian, Chingo Bling. He's a Houston legend. If you don't know who that is, we can pop him up here. We did a promotion for his show, all sorts of different stuff just from an AI influencer. And also, I took a little break from him because, again, being authentically, I didn't want to just be the AI gorilla guy. I wanted to branch out and be diverse and showcase what all we do. But Steve the gorilla is coming back. As a matter of fact, I haven't shown anybody this, but we'll just do it live.
Oh, shit.
Aaron, this may or may not be done by the time the podcast goes out, but I want to show him this because I have, again.
I tell you how many times I want to see things in real time. All right,
I'm going to show you live, yeah.
He's real in real time.
So, again, going back to AI and character building, people loved Steve the gorilla. There's comments that it made their day, or they look forward to seeing Steve the gorilla. And I noticed something. It's like, well, I don't have a backstory. Why is he got stuck in Houston? Why is he lost in Houston? And as I'm bringing him back, I made his own page. If you want to follow him, it's Steve_Congo. I started thinking, how can we create this backstory and make this the future of our brand? Because AI influencers are the future. He needs a real story. And again, this is going back to not just creating a random sloppy character. It's character development, storytelling with the help of AI as a tool. So I made, going back to cinematic trailer and going back in my bag, create something high quality to show the world that AI is not just slop. I made a little backstory for him. We're about halfway done. If the video is out, you'll get to see it. If it's not, you get a sneak peek. So we'll just have you watch it right here.
Okay.
You can just press play in the bottom left. It's not done yet, but this is what we got so far.
We have to keep going. Yeah, that's my old man.
Oh man, taking me to the good times.
Legend. He really was a star. But to me, he was just dad.
I got goosebumps already.
Private jets, courtside seats, parties every night. Turns out everything still feels like nothing when it's not yours.
We gotta work on the rest of it though.
Okay, so you want me to let you finish?
No, you go ahead, let it rip.
Okay. So when I was taking these notes down, I literally was trying to remember because I forget things. I said how you said I wanted to take a break from the gorilla because I don't want to be just known as the gorilla guy. And my whole thing right when you said that was like, boom. He wanted to evolve. Like you weren't just banking on that to make your claim to fame or success. Right? It was good enough. And didn't I just sit in that office yesterday? Were you there, or was it just Halima and Sataj? I said, man, I got to evolve. Like Halima elevated herself. Sataj just did something, and I'm sitting there like, oh, shit.
I wasn't there.
Are you okay? You weren't there. And I told myself I have to evolve because that means I was aspiring to be better, even though our better is the best of what the normal population is. I wanted to do more to bring value, and here you are naturally wanting to bring more, bring value. And when you said that, and I just fucking saw that video, dude, that is, I wouldn't even be able to tell you if that was real or fake. And this is always based off producers and movies. You literally pulled my emotions just within that first, obviously you threw that one guy in there. Some hints in here. And then you took us back in time a little bit. And that back in time picture, you did such a good job that it took me there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that because I'm your brother or because of what I saw. It's like that's when you're a producer and doing these things in movies and content. When you're looking at a consumer, you pulled me in with that. And I think you've elevated yourself
Thanks.
times 10.
Thanks. It's good to hear. I mean, it means a lot for my brother, but I mean, he made a good point. Like, first, second, emotion, connection. If you're posting any kind of content, that is the key to winning. I've studied this, not just AI, but just content just for the past 2 years and obsessed over it. That first second, because you got to realize we're just scrolling away. How can you capture emotion that first second and then keep him there? And he described that perfectly. And yes, I used AI to do that. It doesn't mean that I just slopped it together and a robot did it. It means I am the creative jockey to this horse that is propelling the story. That's what AI is, and the brands that use AI successfully will have that effect on the consumer or whoever the target audience is. So,
And the crazy part is, dude, is like, I have it written here. I was like, how do you talking about AI and taking over? How the do we convert that to money? Because it's like, I get frustrated because what we just talked about, there's no other company out there is doing that.
mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be the one that we're going to be the woe is me. I almost sent this to the voice message of the group. So listen up, mofos. This right here, there's two people in life. There's the people that actually go do it, did it, fought through it, and made it. And then there's the ones that are sitting down on the couch or talking to their group of friends. Oh, I would have been able to do what they did if, they got it because of this. They did that only because they knew somebody. Yep. And I was saying that because here I am. Shout out to Derrick Rose. I'm happy he's retired. And I had the honor to train him. And they're sitting in the stands watching the Miami Heat game of when the Miami Heat were 26-game win streak, okay? And they're all sitting there. And the Heat lost that game, so the Bulls broke that streak. And they're just sitting there, oh, you mad, aren't you? They hate him so much because of what he's accomplished, and he went through everybody. But at the time, they thought they were going to take him out, and they could never take Bron and that team out. And they're sitting there in their chairs watching, reminiscing, and just oohing and awing because they got to beat him in that little moment. That's how fucking great he is. And that is the standard that we have. And I know all of us together have that. So how do we be able to convert this to money and views? Because I feel like we're here, but like
we're on the
Jake Paul doesn't know about us yet. Logan Paul doesn't know about us yet. And I commend those guys because look at their whole following and what they've created, and they did that shit. And now we're trying to get involved into twitching. What Twitch
So
streaming, twitching.
Yeah,
like,
let's get
how
into
do we
that.
get to that level?
I think we're on the cusp of everything. That's why we're on the cusp of it because I get super passionate, obsessed over it because we're so close. I talked about it earlier, like the way these algorithms are built now, everyone has an even shot. It doesn't matter if you have a 1 follower or 1 million followers or you're Jake Paul or Logan Paul. You can post a video today, 0 followers, and if it's a good piece of content, the AI algorithms will push that video out and you can amass millions of views and change your life. A single post can change your life.
Right now?
Yeah, what the f***, Aaron? I'm just kidding.
Are we supposed to be live right now?
We can go live. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
I'll go live on mine. We'll go live on yours.
What are we going live on?
I will be live, so we're going to go live on TikTok here for me. If you want to go live on your TikTok, you can too. Okay. Let me just add a picture here. So again, as I'm going live here, I don't want to lose my train of thought and get too far off track, but the playing field, I'll let you go live. I'm going to talk. The playing field is even, meaning...
What did you say, TikTok?
TikTok live. Go ahead and do that. Everyone has an equal shot now to go change their life. And I obsess over that because, we're...
Kendrick Lamar. What is this? Go ahead, sorry.
We're doing such a great job in person, in the gym, killing it, connecting with real people, keeping the gym afloat. And I want to be able to bring that out to the masses, the millions of people in the world to understand what we do. We already have a brand that's out there and successful, but now how do we get that, like you said, scale it and monetize off it? And social media is the #1 place to do that, to change your life. And how we do that is continue to post. We have to post every day. We have to continue not only just care about the millions of views, but we're good at this already, just the authentic connection with people, like comment back to somebody if they comment. Let them follow our journey. We're in such a great position because the gym's already successful, and we're kind of like, we can only do so much in the gym. This allows us to grow on a whole other level and build an empire of our own. And since we are just starting out, the whole narrative on social media now, people want to be a part of something. We can get people to be a part of this growth. They feel like they're involved with the story now. Like, think about if you like Jake Paul now, if you were a part behind the scenes with Jake Paul in 2013, and you got to see what he was doing behind the scenes and feel like, man, I'm really part of this guy. People now have the chance to feel that way with us. So as we're talking about what we're doing with AI, as we're talking about why we're going live.
There's a lady named Angel to co-host now. Should we co-host?
Don't co-host. It's okay.
We're not inviting you, Angel.
Sorry, Angel. Going live.
How do you turn this camera? Oh, I got it. Keep going, Butcha.
Going live. Like, you get to see our thought process as a brand and what we're going to do to continue to grow. And I've obsessed over it, and there's just this world we live in now, there's so much opportunity and taking advantage of it. And you brought it up earlier, is you either adapt, evolve, or you die. And the world's changing fast. I'm sorry to tell you, technology and AI is taking over. Social media is still going to be around. And how do you evolve as a brand in that world? And I don't think it's black and white. You hear this talk, everyone trying to go completely off the grid and offline. It's a trend. Not everyone's going to do that. You're still on your phone scrolling. You're still watching this podcast. you can't go the other way and be like, I'm gonna be fully tech, I'm gonna be fully AI, and not forget what it means to be human. And I think that's where we're gonna be the separator. Is we have this middle ground where, hey, we understand what AI is, we're gonna use it. We understand what social media is, these screens, this tech, but we also understand, because we do it every day, 12 plus hours a day, being human, talking with people in real life, bringing energy, working out, lifting weights, all the primal stuff we talk about. We can do both, okay? And that's how we're going to monetize, continue to show up, and it's going to naturally fall in place. But I think
Congo versus the world,
Congo versus the world, baby. Getting out here, going on live, being an AI creator, posting on social media every day. If you do those three things consistently this year in 2026, we're bound to take off. Our branding is too good. We're so just authentically, I hate saying the word authentically, but there's no other way to put it. Like, we truly live and breathe what we do, that there's no way it doesn't take off. And now the challenge is how to capture that energy on screen, which is why live is great. You don't have to make a whole video, and put it out there to the world. We're just a small family brand from Wyoming, able to use these tools to scale where we're at, to be on a scale larger than Prime, larger than Celsius, larger than Ghost, whoever it is. And the playing ground is so even with social media that we just got to stay at it, chip away, and views will come. We'll continue to sell more subs, and who knows what other ventures will come along the way.
Should I go live on Instagram too, or what?
Instagram I wouldn't do.
No?
So, yeah, Instagram will go only to followers. We're trying to get non-followers. I mean, if you want to go live on Instagram, but I'm okay with it.
This is for the... Oh, what's up? Damn, man, you should have told me. Probably people reading that. We ain't even commenting. Anybody even on that thing? We got two people. Anybody? What's up? Who is it? Probably got some fucking fake haters on there watching.
Birdman 2K9 and then. What's up, Birdman 2K9?
What's up, Birdman?
Yeah.
This is Instagram?
You're on Instagram? Yeah, this is Instagram. Yeah, that's right. But like what I suggest too in the future is like,
okay,
we want to cater our audience.
Okay.
But again, going back to non-followers in the feed, TikTok live, Twitch live, those go to random ass people, non-followers that we're trying to expose to our brand. You say you're scrolling.
Do you have a Twitch?
Yeah, we did Twitch the other day at the gym.
You can't do a Twitch right now?
I can do a Twitch right now. You go and speak for a little bit. Let me get it up. I was on a train of thought, so I couldn't lose my train of thought.
Are you good on the train of thought?
Yeah, I'm done. I finished my thought.
Yeah, all right. Well, Congo's about to enter the chat, people. Adding to what he's saying is that I'm gonna say what Raji said. Raji was talking about, he's been on this whole motivation stuff and talking about things, and he looked at my page to the guy that was saying stuff. He said, look at this guy. He still wakes up 3 a.m. every day hungry as fuck to go get it. And he's got haters. He's got people that push him. And people always say, you don't need to have that and harness it and all that. But that fucking fire, that fire to want to be at the table that we're not there yet, like fucking fuels me. And it's like, and I tell Priscilla this, it's like faith. The true definition of faith is believing in the unseen and knowing your destiny and purpose is what's going to get you there. So if I know and I fucking believe that Congo Subs can sell for $2.3 billion, Congo Subs has better branding than these companies, has better lifestyle than these companies. We may not have all the followers yet. We may not have all this extra shit that all these people see and everything, but we fucking live it. We fucking breathe it. And it's family owned. I don't know anybody out there. And if you do, I'd love to talk to you because we're in the category that has brought their family from Wyoming to one of the biggest cities in the United States, Houston, Texas, and said, I can't pay you guys, but we're going to figure this out. And here we are 5 years later. Thank God the gym is so successful. Thank God my team, Bacha, Halima, Cole, Jen, have been able to be along this journey and not let it fucking just go to waste or go broke. We got our own money to start our own supplement company that has our own name on it. There's 2 things that we own. And now we're on the next gym. There's only one gym, but it's the next gym. Some people think there's 2 Congos. There's only going to be 1 Congo. And it was all through our hard work, our fucking failures in the sense of people that let us down. And I tell people all the time that when they're going through adversity and when Priscilla's going through adversity, I'm like, that's awesome. I get excited. This is the face I make. This is how I'm all right. Yeah. Fucking bring it. Bring it. Because when that shit's in your face, literally, and you don't want to get up and do it, that's when you find out who you are. I'm going to build this dream. I got a 5-year plan to be a millionaire by the time I'm 40. Is that superficial? No, I have goals, I have aspirations, and I get to do it with my family. Call them out. Spread this out. There's no other company doing this. And keep this fucking video saved. And I was just talking to Armand yesterday. He said, man, what is that fire that you have? How can you pull 5+ plates at this time when you just got done with this and do it every day and lunge every day and this and that? And dude, I went down this fucking fire hole. Just fire. He's like, oh, it makes sense now. And a lot of people tell me to get rid of that. And when I told Priscilla when she's going to sell her first multi-million-dollar home, I was like, one thing I never want you to forget. And I want this, if I have never told you this either, I want you to remember this too. And if you don't know this and you haven't reached yet, I want you to know this. And especially you out there. When you quote unquote make that first big break in your life, or that first like, oh, I can rest now. Don't you ever forget the hunger you had in that part of your life. Don't ever forget that hunger, because you never want to lose the eye of the tiger, aka Rocky 3. So if you remember what that hunger was, and like you said, your head's already on it, of evolving into something else, like I want to evolve for something else. Those other things that seem unattainable but you want to achieve will happen, because you don't let that hunger ever go. And what it does is it fucking compounds and compounds and compounds and compounds. And that's why these great ones, the successful people, who's fucking saying something on there? I saw a smile. Who's talking shit?
Well, first it's James Birdman says, Birdman 2K9 says, sickest labels in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Congo subs, baby.
Congo subs, and then we've got 4 people on here, but it's Luke. He said, Aaron, double check and make sure the audio works. So.
This guy. We're going to just bleep Luke out of this thing. Where was I before that guy? Somebody
Hunger,
got me.
Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, yeah, Eye of the Tiger. Don't ever lose it. And the great ones that are great, fucking LeBron, Hop, Stallone, Trump, Hogan, whatever, great, Tom Brady, they don't lose it. They just continue to evolve. And it's like there's no off switch. And I think when you lose that off switch and you forget what that hunger is, you don't achieve it. So have faith in God, have faith in yourself. And when people are talking shit about you and you feel like you can't do it, guess what? You get to do it. That means it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We're twitching. Where are we at right now?
Well, Twitch has been just shit in the bed lately. We're on TikTok Live now. So Twitch.
So we haven't entered the chat.
We haven't entered the TikTok Live's in the chat, though. So I got TikTok Live. I got one person on here. Joanna Diaz, what's up? If you have any questions, we're on the Daily Dose podcast right now. We're talking about fitness, business, life, AI.
Why don't you want to invite these type of people to co-host?
Well, it's just saying generically, you can invite them if you want. Like, they're just saying they're not asking to co-host. They're just the app itself saying if you want to co-host, you can. They're probably just watching. And they're not asking specifically, hey, can I co-host with you?
Is there fake AI OnlyFans people on here?
There might be.
Yeah, man, this AI is getting out of hand.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand.
Adapt or die.
Anybody?
Yeah, there's no tracks. Yeah, man, we're gonna just gotta keep
Yeah,
chopping
keep
wood.
going.
So what are you doing on the every Saturday now? You're doing something with the computers or
Yeah.
these
So, yeah, I mean,
whatever you call it.
yeah. And I think all this, too, is also very humbling because it forces us to, like, hey, like, we're not there yet. We got to stay hungry. We're not there yet. And we have to keep going. And Saturday is a good point of that because I've been going live on Twitch and TikTok live for the first time in my life because, again, 2026 is the year of live and live shopping. I've heard Gary Vee talk about it. So many people are saying it, and that's where attention is going. You always got to look at underpriced attention and where it lies. And underpriced attention right now lies in live shopping. And I've been wanting to do it for a long time, but I think we have a unique, again, going back to monetizing, Saturday at the gym is the place to be. It is popping. Music, 30 plus people, clanging and banging, got 15 guys, 15 girls, all working out. Energy is unlike anything else. And again,
He undersold that one. Saturday is the place to be at Congo because it is the real sold out Saturday. Some like to say their gyms or their workouts are the best in the world, and I like to call bull
She.
Boo!
She.
Boo!
She.
Because there's only one best workout in the world, and that's fucking Congo. And the reason why I'm yelling and the reason why I'm screaming is because this whole thing, what he said is authenticity. I am not gonna fucking hold back anymore and try to please people. This is who I am. You know, at the core.
Yeah, that's who you are.
At the core, 5'10", 185 pounds, Dose, with the bloodline of the Congo blood in his line, will whoop every single one of you high rocks, non-horsepower athletes out there. I will. Because you know why? I got the Congo creatine in my blood, brother. I got some secret stuff in my blood, brother, that is natural. Some people can't say in this city, you unnatural fucks. 35 years old, no steroids, no TRT. My older brother, Taj, how old is he?
2 years older than you.
38? Sorry, Taj, 38, 39. 2 kids, they all said that, oh, he's going to get fat when he gets a kid. He's going to fall off the fucking wagon. He's going to do this. Well, guess what? The guy got 2 kids now, and he's jacked. But we ain't got millions of followers yet, and he ain't the dad that you need to go buy a weighted vest to go ruck yourself for 30 minutes and feel fucking accomplished. You want to feel fucking accomplished? Come to Congo. No, we won't get you hurt. No, we're going to be loud and obnoxious. It's called energy. It's called enthusiasm. It's fucking called Congo. That's what it is. And guess what? Majority of my clients are freaking mid-40 housewives with 4 kids, 2 kids, 3 kids. How many kids you want to name them? And guess what? They love this shit, and they love the music, and they love the intensity. So quit your other gym, and if you're affiliated with the High Rocks gym, go and cancel that membership too, because if you want to figure out what horsepower feels like, come to Congo. Woo! Woo!
Yes, that's what Saturday energy is. That's not even Saturday.
Yeah.
That's every day.
On everything.
That is every day.
On everything.
Again, authentic. We're not acting a certain way to go get views. Like, this is who he is to a core. And with going live, there's so many moments like that that's happening in the gym every day that there's no camera guy to capture. So I'm with Saturday going live on Twitch and TikTok. No gym has that. There's no other gym that has that. That's not from arrogance. That's just our culture we built, and that kind of energy cannot be replicated. But to show that to the world, I think it's really unique for us to go live, which is why I have Jackson now. Shout out Jackson, following me around, following everybody around with the camera to show the energy, to show like you can do a complicated rotation movement with the max deadlift, with the max bench press, with girls doing heavy glute bridges and all sorts of different stuff without anyone getting hurt, high energy, fast pace, because no other gym's doing that.
Wait, so you mean to tell me you can lift heavy weight, go run, go sprint, and that's not called High Rocks? You've been doing that since how long?
I've been doing that since I was in diapers there, bud.
Oh shit, that's new. That's mind-boggling to me. That's mind-boggling. I bring that up because, when I was doing that in 2013, I was having NFL strength coaches saying what you're doing is too much volume. What you're doing is they're going to do something, you're lifting too heavy. Well, those guys that chose to believe in what we believed in, one was a Hall of Famer. The other guy I was telling, he had a 13-year career, and we were comparing the 13-year NFL career to a 18-year NBA career. And technically speaking, the 13-year NFL career wins. What I'm getting at is, I don't want this moment to happen to you like it happened to me. I missed out on an opportunity. I was the Derrick Rose and the Joakim Noahs sitting in the stands saying, oh, I could have done that, but for some reason, I didn't capitalize on the quote-unquote High Rocks world. So now, we have a chance to capitalize on the AI stuff, and we are going to do everything we can to make that shit happen. And, as you're learning things, Badshah, you and Sathaj take so much lead on, the vision and all this and how it can transpire. Now that you're doing the Twitches, how you say it?
Twitch, TikTok, yeah.
Twitch, TikTok. Sathaj has I remember Sathaj said, I have the vision, I just don't know how to do it. Now we have somebody that does it, and look at all of us contributing. Not only that, I want you to talk about the whole Sangria drop. We talked about the drop of the summer, and we hit it right here. Go and hit this Sangria, man.
Yeah, come on. Bring it.
Right here, this is Congo Subs.
yeah.
This is sponsored by Congo Subs, the best supplements out there. Some like to say they're other. Where'd the freaking shot glass go?
There's one.
I'll take it. We're going to go with this one.
Oh, yeah.
Congo Subs Wild. We're about to start talking about the sangria drop with AI, the AI Dominator, Badshah Khan. So here we go. We're going to hit this wild.
I already hit it, but I'm going to do it again.
Or another one.
All right.
All right.
was
Before
a
we
lot.
get to that sangria drop, if you need a home to buy, there's a beautiful lady. She's about 5'9", 5'8", Colombian, Puerto Rican, and she's a hardworking, beautiful individual. She may happen to be my soon-to-be wife. Go and holler at her for all your realtor needs. That is a unpaid love sponsorship. Badshah.
Yo.
But I want you to talk about the sangria drop, the oh shit moment where we couldn't make it happen on Christmas, and how you adapt or die, no matter what happens.
Adapt or die. Yeah, so I mean, he said it, family-owned business. We're not the big guys. We don't have a multi-million-dollar team. We don't have a High Rocks budget production. We're just us. And so, again, going back to our subs, we have where's the Santa Sangria? Pass it over real quick.
Oh, it's down there.
Yeah. So
Face.
today is February 1st. We still have a Santa Claus product out there. And you know what? That's okay. So here's what happened with this. Santa Sangria was a pre-workout idea Taj had to just say, hey, let's take advantage of the holiday season. Let's have a fun flavor that fits the holiday vibe. Let's have all December to sell Santa Sangria pre-workout and opportunity for us to get some new SKUs out there. Well, what happened was we had a whole campaign planned out. We went AI again. Sorry if that offends you. We used AI. We took this story of a fat Santa, lost the eye of the tiger, and one day realized he needed to lock in. Mrs. Claus was about to leave him. The elves were talking shit. The reindeer were talking shit. And we made this story come to life again. And we showed Santa's transformation over a series of few weeks and taking Santa Sangria. Mrs. Claus hooking up some sangria, and he got freaking yoked. He got jacked. Aaron, if you have any of the pictures or videos, put them up here. He worked out the Yeti in the cave. And again, these are all just random ideas we were able to bring to life. Like, we weren't able to do this last year because AI really wasn't a thing, but we were able to bring these ideas to life. And unfortunately, our manufacturer said, hey, December 3rd, you're going to get your product. And we're like, okay, great, let's rock with it. It's December 3rd, we don't hear a thing. Oh, December 18th, you'll get it. Sorry for the delay. And we're like, well, damn, I guess December 18th, we'll just have to go hard on pushing it on social, and hopefully we get it out. And then December 18th comes along, hey, it's going to be like a 2-week delivery, and then we don't even know we're going to get the product. I think we got it January 3rd. So we built up this hype product for the audience of the Santa Sangria, and we kind of embarrassed ourselves with this whole campaign. We don't have a product for Christmas. But again, going back to evolving, adapting. As a brand, what do? You just don't sit on your hands and shit the bed. You spin it. So it turned out to us to be, again, vulnerable. Like, hey, we're a brand. We f***ed up. We're family owned. This is what happens. We try to account for it. But at the end of the day, the product is not here. When we got it, we started celebrating Christmas in January. We showed the f*** up. We showed like, hey, again, going back to being human. We are human. We made a mistake. People still bought the product. And honestly, I have heard that this is one of the best, probably the best for a lot of people, their favorite pre-workout that we have. But it goes back to like, as a business owner, as someone in any sort of industry, problems are going to arise. So you can either just kind of lay back and be like, oh, that sucks, and be sad and mad about it, or you take action and flip it. Now we're almost sold out the Santa Sangria, which is our goal. People are still buying it because we have the tenacity to keep selling it. And it's genuinely a good product. If it wasn't a good product, people wouldn't buy it. At the end of the day, we can bank back on the product being good. And people know it's good in the gym. And we get buyers outside the gym to buy it, even better.
And, going back to the authenticity of it is like we owned up to what happened. Like Sataj did all these things for nothing. Sataj was planning so far ahead that his head planning was that much late. And that's why you always got to plan for failure. But we were so open to people. We didn't just take their money like people do or sell a bullshit product and like, it, we have already hundreds of thousands. Don't worry about it if somebody else wanted it and they didn't get it. We owned up to it. I think we all made individuals talking about how we messed up and this and that. And that is like the true test of like if you're great or not. Like you're out of the season, no more Christmas time. So the season changes, your flavors change, your smell, your scent. but we start selling this after Christmas, and everybody still wants this one, which speaks volume to the time it takes to create a product that tastes great. And that's what you and Sataj have, you know, taken a big lead on. And, you know, I think people get caught up, and that's the problem with the world. They get caught up on Instagram and they only see one thing. But what they don't understand is everybody has this role in doing this. And that's why I take so much pride in all of this is like everybody else who's quote unquote famous or has millions of followers, like, do they have a whole production team behind them? And they're aligned with brands. We're not aligned with fucking brands. We created our brand. There's a big time difference being a quote unquote Instagram influencer with X amount of followers. Oh, you want an endorsement deal? I'm going to do a 20% code for this. Like, that shit's outdated too, man. Fuck
1000%.
that.
Yeah.
It is.
People smell it too a mile away.
Yeah.
They see that, they're not buying the product.
And we even tried that, man. We reached out to people. Hey, I would love to have you guys support. We thought about doing, you know, we send them a care box and this and that. And this goes to find out when people really support you. And like, I'm not really supporting. You can't just be a annoying and just beg somebody to have your stuff and you have no relationship or anything of that. Like, we have relationships with people. So we send, man, we have this customized box and we, you know, put the subs in there, a handwritten note, I know, and in exchange, a social media post. And though those people did, I told them not to do it. Left me on red. You know, every time people just leave me on red, you know, they end up getting me fired up and I go do something great. So thank you. Thank you for not saying shit when you got your package. When I followed up to see if you got your package and you didn't say nothing, you didn't post it, because that just goes to show you these motherfuckers aren't your friends. Now we're in the arena, man in the arena. Well, in this guy's arena, and then we say arena. I think Badshah's arena, maybe I got an idea for you right now. You need to be in an AI world where you're the Terminator, like Terminator 2 style, but you're in the Coliseum because you've been there before.
Honeymoon, Rome, good times. Yeah.
You like that idea?
Good idea.
I literally popped in my head. I thought about that,
happen.
and I thought about you. I'm like, you know, you're the fucking Terminator in the Coliseum. That could be authentically you for the next thing you make.
Yeah.
What was I fucking saying before that? I got pissed off.
Care packages, getting ghosted.
Oh yeah, and it comes along. It comes along with the territory. So it's like, adapt or die. That shit don't work. Having quote unquote influencers make it work for you, none of that shit works. You know what works? Authenticity. I'm gonna read a message. Made my day yesterday, and it was all this stuff I'm fired up about right now. Fired up, and I'm like, God just gives me a sign every time that it's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna say who it was, but this was after the session yesterday and the experience, everything we had, Bacha. He said, you guys. He sent me an article. And he thought it was insightful. It was about fitness trends and what people are going into and all this stuff. Again, us being ahead of the curve, right?
Yeah.
And the gentleman said that the real work, not the hype, not the glamour, the real actual real grind, authenticity. You guys are already doing all of this. Those hype brands and companies who don't really live it are about to die. The real is about to rise to the top. That's Congo. And I got goosebumps saying it right now. And when he said that, because when people ask what Congo is, the answer's not even, oh, it's a high volume, this. It's not. That's not the answer. When people ask what Congo is, that right there was the answer. And only those who risk willing to walk up those steps, when you see the Undertaker and it says, raise hell, only know that feeling. And that doesn't have to be a scared feeling. That doesn't have to be, these guys are asshole feelings. That's the tone that walks up those steps, and you have the choice every day on how you want to walk up those steps. Again, our clientele is majority females, older women, pregnant women. So this rap that I keep hearing about, it's too intense, it's too this, and in a world full of bullshit Oprahs out there and GLP-1s and take this and take that. Nah, man, walk up to the steps of an authentic place with a family-owned company that's going to help push you to your goddamn limits and does great work. F*** all that other shit, man. It's so frustrating.
No, it's frustrating. I saw an article the other day too. It was like, wellness gyms are in, and your gym has to look like an Equinox and have a spa and cold plunge, and like everything's become too optimal. Like it's not a bit, the work's not even a question anymore. It's just how optimal is your workout and putting yourself in a vacuum to see how little you can do and get away with to get the best result. And I think it's a testament to us and to you with the programming. Like we're about the work, we're about the culture. Like our gym will not die because these other gyms will. Going back to AI can replicate everything. And right now, everyone's trying to do the same gym. Equinox is trying to be Lifetime. Lifetime is trying to be the Soho House gym in New York. All these gyms are just trying to be each other and replicate it. And AI is doing the same thing. AI can just make things on the fly. What is going to stand out is what is going to stand out are the things that are uniquely yourself. And our gym is uniquely us. We got the programming, which you do a great job of. It's high volume, it's powerlifting, it's bodybuilding, it's HIIT, it's athletic training, it's everything all combined in one. No one's doing that. It's the culture, the music. We got loud music blaring, and it's a variety of music. It's the people. You said majority women. We have a 69-year-old guy, radiologist working out next to a Hall of Famer, and they're buds for the hour. That doesn't just happen by accident. And it all comes back to the culture and being ourselves because people are craving that. They're tired of seeing the same old shit put on the same old thing with a different poster slapped on it. We are uniquely ourselves. We double down on it. And people, when they come in, they experience it. Because I can just talk and you can talk all you want about it. But you can't put it into words unless you actually experience what walking into Congo is like, what it's like getting trained by us, the 5-star experience, the music, the community, the training, all of it wrapped into one. That is what makes it Congo. And I think too many of these gyms are trying to be like each other instead of saying, hey, let's go be different. And not for the sake of being different. It's just us.
It's the frustration of, alliances and people say, oh, you should do this to, what's the word they use to, not franchise, scale.
Yeah,
oh,
scale.
You should scale this because this person did this, or you should scale this way. Oh, it's not scalable. It's like, fuck what people think. Well, who are you to put your fucking limitations on what we're trying to create and what we're trying to do? When we wake up and we're putting our time in, aka Mr. Burnout over here, freaking putting time in at the gym and putting time in content, putting time on the computer. Like, I'm so sick of people saying it won't work. Like, if somebody's telling you that, fuck off. Like, seriously. And if you have the will to want to go do it, go do it. Who's to say anybody to say that you can't do something? They're not putting the time in to do it, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do it our way. Some may take dose as arrogant or this. And I'm just got to the point where I'm just going to keep being my fucking self. Like, there's only one us, one me, one you. Might as well fucking full send it anyways. At this point, how deep I'm in with the fucking new loan that Sataj and Jen figured out for the new gym and what we're trying to create with that and what we're doing. And it's like, just fucking go all in, man.
No other way.
There's no other way. There's no shortcuts to success. Your GLP-1s, your fucking peptides. If I offend you, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Now, are there people that need it and there's a purpose for it? Yes, there always is. But the main thing is it's the fucks that don't need it. That's what the fucking problem is. The problem is, I'm fat and I need to fucking listen to Oprah because Oprah said fucking obesity is a disease and there's no way to fix it other than putting a fucking needle in your arm. That's what the fucking problem with America is. Let's just go to big fucking pharma and say, oh, I need to lose weight. I got diabetes because of this. And haven't changed what the fuck I eat, what the fuck I drink, or exercise. And nothing ever, did your success happen overnight? Did your success come, or whatever you want to call success?
Nope.
What is some of the hardest shit you've been through to get to where you're at right now?
Man,
Just think fly off the head, man.
Hardest shit I've been through, honestly, is to get here, do work with my family, confront my family, say I want to work with you. I think it was hard for me to say, I had this pressure on me to go be a doctor. I tell the story all the time, but my family wanted me to be a doctor. And I had to look them in the face and say, no. I had to say no. And it took not a day of conversation. It took almost a year and a half of conversation for them to be like, okay, do what makes you happy. And I didn't just say off rip, I don't want to, and just talk back like a punk ass kid. I showed it through actions. I said, hey, I want to move to Houston. I see this gym. I want to just be in any way I can to add value. I presented myself with value. And to show up every day, to feel like, hey, maybe I don't belong here. Maybe I have an imposter syndrome. Why am I demoing exercises? Do these clients trust me? Do my brothers trust me? What am I doing here? To have that every day in the back of your mind, not only scare you, but fuel you. Like, hey, I want to make this setup freaking as best as possible. I want to fold this towel best as possible. I got a demo and exercise. It's going to be the best goddamn demo you're ever going to see. To have that on my mind constantly, be like, am I doing the right thing? Am I making my family happy? Am I making myself happy? Am I even supposed to be doing this day in and day out? To finally evolve, be like, hey, I'm actually doing this. That's probably one of the hardest things to do. And I think it goes in cycles, because a few weeks ago I had a conversation with Taj, and it was a conversation I didn't want to have. It was just talking about the future of the brand, what we can do to scale the right way. But it was I won't go into details, but it was like a head-on conversation. Like, there's some just shit we have to talk about as brothers, as, business partners, as like brand growers. Like, here are my frustrations, here are your frustrations. And I'm not a confrontational person. And I just said, here, we got to talk about these things. That was hard. But, at the end of all these hard things, no matter what you do, on the back end of it are the most beautiful things. On the back end of me moving here is the opportunity to be on a podcast with my brother, to promote a supplement line with our last name on it and build a gym every single day. And like, this is the dream life. On the back end of that fear, I'm living a dream life. On the back end of my conversation with Taj is a new opportunity now to step into a role a little different. I'll still be training on the floor, but now I get a little extra time to double down our marketing, to do more AI and more just content in general for the subs, to elevate our brand, to take us to the next level. On anything, there's fear, confrontation, hard shit. If you're down in the dumps or you feel like the walls are closing in, just know it may take a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years. On the back end, there's always something promising. You got to remind yourself of that.
Like they said, on the back end of fear is...
On the back end of fear, I don't know what I said. But on
whatever that clip is.
Yeah, clip that.
It was a great
On the back end, there's always something promising, no matter what you're going through. Something along those lines. Just got to remind yourself in the moments where you are depressed, you feel like you're working for no reason, you feel like you're having long nights, early mornings. On the back end of that, you have to remind yourself the end goal. And you may not have an end goal, but it's the process and getting there. There's always something on the other side for you.
Yeah, and it sounds cliche,
Yeah.
but it's literally one foot in front of the other every day and doing it consistently over time. There's no magic pill, guys. There really isn't. And it sounds so stupid. Now, I'm a victim of it too. Like, I have to remind myself every day, one foot in front of the other, one step in front of the other. And that's literally why I lunge and do what I do. And it's here. And I'm so happy to hear your story, because, I was that guy telling him not to go after his dreams. And here you are in the biggest, is it Houston's number 3 or 2 in the biggest United States
3.
now? And this guy, I'm giving him his flowers. This guy has adapted the Houston culture. If you've listened to all so far about this podcast, how he made these videos and went viral with Steve Congo, right?
Yeah,
Steve Congo. Follow him right here. That next video is going to be fire. Paul Wall, freaking Johnny Dang. Like, obviously, he was around us. You've been around people to understand it. But you went and created a whole different world for everybody that wasn't your world. And they all connected, just how I watched that, and I connected with the world that you created. You have a talent, you have a touch, and keep going after it. And you bring so much value to this brand and so much value to the people. When I went to that Chardonnay thing, like Pope and those guys speak the world of you. And it's like, it goes back to one fire. I'm not just one. I have 6 of us ready to fucking go and go to war. So just want to say, man, you're doing a great job. You got to keep going, and I'm proud of you. And we're going to get where we're going to get there. And we're going to look back at these podcasts, and we're not going to be the guys, the freaking OKC team or the Joakim Noah NBA team saying, oh, man, I could have won those championships if LeBron didn't do that. I wish I could have been that. There was this. Nah, man, we're going to be the motherfuckers on the other end of that winning.
Yep.
And over 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 again.
Yeah, you don't want to be the shoulda, coulda, woulda guys, and I don't think we will be, because it's just action after action, taking action. Like, you have this fire now, you've always had it, but you've always had the goal of bringing your family here. And look at pretty much the whole family's here except Samina and Mo, and they're different career paths. We miss them, we love them, but you got most of your family here working with the gym together. And I think that wasn't enough. It's on to the next thing. It's on to the next thing. It's not that you're not fulfilled. You're always fulfilled and grateful, but you understand it's not losing that fire. Like, what can we do next? What can we do next? How can we keep elevating? There's no end goal for us. If we sell this company, what's your number for selling this company?
2.3 billion.
If we sell this for 2.3 billion, I guarantee we're going to figure out what's next for us. That's just not because, oh man, you got to find the next thing. That's what we live off of. But that's just how we're wired. Like, we love the game. We love the chase. We're not in it for the end result. We're in it because this is what we live. This is what we do. Lifting heavy weights, taking supplements, building businesses, building brands, helping people, connecting with others, uplifting people in a real way, not some fake bullshit way, but like genuine connection with these people, and you continue to do that. It's not fluff. It's what we're wired and meant to do, and it doesn't stop because we've hit a certain point. And that's why we're not going to be shoulda, woulda, coulda, because there's always what's next, what's next, what's next. Oh, you got 1 million views, what's next? Oh, you had a gorilla go viral, what's next? Oh, you got a gym, what's next? Oh, you got a second location that's going to be bigger and better, what's next? And that's just us always want to over-deliver. In this world, everyone wants to under-promise and under-deliver, and that's why everyone's trying to get frustrated with it. You always have to over-deliver on everything, and not just like meet the baseline, but like exceed it. And I'll go back to the gym real quick. You know, people coming to Congo, they expect a standard, and we exceed that standard every single time. You're getting a personal workout in a group setting and community that people die for now. They want that. You're getting your towel handed to you. You're getting your weights changed. Any of the small things, the small things, we're over-delivering on. And I think as brands different from us scale and grow, talking about scaling, they let those little things slip through the cracks. And it becomes under-delivery in a lot. But there's not a single piece in our gym, in the supplements, in this podcast, we don't strive to over-deliver in. And I think that's a separator on what authenticity is in 2026 is like the willingness to make the smallest of details to over-deliver on every aspect is what makes a separator. And we're going to continue to do that. Just because we might see success in the next gym or we get to billions of dollars in sales on this, we're not going to get to a point and be like, well, job's done, hand it off to somebody else. We got money. We don't care about our customers. Like, no, our customers are buying this. We're grateful for it. Let's continue to give them something they love.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, baby. It's the man in the arena. It's when you can't pull that fourth deadlift and you're fucking like, why? And that's how you fucking do it. You know, the other thing I didn't even give you credit for was big shout out to Mattress Mac and James McInville. Man, I'm very, very proud of the videos you have made, even for them. And that wasn't because you outreached to them, but, you know, also, tell me, get that fucking thing off, expensive-ass thing we bought, and give us some Benjamin Blues there, Aaron. Did you mean to give him the box or the waters?
I gave him the box. That's
that's your goddamn fault. I said give him one if he wants one.
I said, Aaron, just take a Benjamin Blue.
Anyways, we're gonna get a Benjamin Blue. Shout out to Benjamin Blue. They've been providing the waters. They've been providing the waters, but he's done a great job of the Mattress Mac and Gallery of Furniture, and it's just so cool as a small town kid from Sheridan, Wyoming, going to the city. And you know, we like to think Mattress Mac is a staple in Houston culture. And
100%.
Speaking of those Mount Rushmores you created in the video and stuff, so it's super cool. And big shout out to those guys. And also even the AI, like look what you're doing with the Benjamin Blue. Bacha has now worked with AI with the two reputable companies in Houston, Benjamin Blue and Mattress Mac with Gallery Furniture. And I think you got more of the things coming. And I really, really hope, and I believe it, that, you know, at the end of this, like all of it's going to pay off, man. So just keep going. Like you're right there.
Thanks. Yeah, I can touch on that if you want to a little bit, these guys and projects.
Yeah, man, you got the juice.
Fuck it. Yeah, so I mean, again, going back to creating opportunities for yourself, like let's go back to this whole AI thing and where I kind of started, because I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Just take action. I think we talked about it earlier. Take action. You don't know what's going to happen until you do it. And I think, again, being fulfilled, like, I heard about AI and I heard about the rumblings and it's the future and it's going to make you rich and all these things. Like, man, maybe I should get involved with that. And I didn't sit on my hands and be like, well, I should do this and I could do this or I'm behind. It's like, let's go. So when I started with this AI journey, I was like, I saw these videos of this weird Egyptian stuff and it looked real but fake about like this news articles. And I was like, maybe I can make something like that. And I was like, how can I really do this? So I downloaded an app called Midjourney. I started making robotic gorillas in the jungle because back to branding and us, our branding is jungle themed. Our logo is literally a robotic gorilla. And I was like, how can I make this come to life? And that's my sole purpose of starting here. So I brought it to life in this page called Circuits of the Wild. I wasn't that good at it, and I was not comparing myself to others who have been doing it for a long time. I just wanted to create and have fun with it and get better. Slowly evolved, and I made a page that got maybe less than 100 followers. Views were low, but I was still consistent and just showed up for myself and having fun with it. And through that time, I got better at the skill. That's why taking action, whether you're working out, posting, whatever it is, just do it because you get better by doing it, and it leads to rabbit holes you can't imagine. It led down to the rabbit hole of eventually making a GTA in Houston series that racked up probably, again, millions of views.
I forgot about the GTA.
Yeah. This was a time people were disappointed that GTA wasn't coming out, and I decided, it. Houston doesn't get any love. GTA is not coming anytime soon, so let's make GTA in Houston. So I animated Houston with this GTA style with like 10 videos. Again, people loved it. They connected because they loved the video game. They loved Houston culture, and I was able to curate that into a video. So going back to AI slop, it's not slop because it's curated by somebody who has taste and put on a new medium we have not been able to decipher yet. Like a painter on a canvas. Like that's the same thing, just a different way of expressing it. But the GTA in Houston went wild, and we were fortunate enough to train James, who's Mattress Mac's son. And I didn't go to them saying, hey, would you guys want to do this for your marketing? They came up to me and said, hey, man, we love what you're doing. Can we do something for Mac? And Mattress Mac is a Houston legend. If you know, you're from Houston. If you don't know, he's the guy who makes crazy gambles and makes insane bets. And this is a guy who's known for marketing. Mattress Mac dominated television ads in, I think it was the 80s, 90s, even 2000s with the, we'll save you money. If you're from Houston, you saw that all over your TV. The guy knows marketing. So to have them approach me and say, hey, let's do this AI stuff is an honor. And I wanted to do it right. So we made a GTA version of Mattress Mac's life story as a documentary, but it's GTA style. And we made a bunch of great pieces like The Most Interesting Man in the World, a Mount Rushmore piece, Gladiator piece. But again, this is going back to real brands. Like I started off making fun videos of a gorilla in the jungle as a robot fighting a tiger. But now these are real videos converting for one of the biggest furniture companies in Texas, maybe the country, that is actually converting customers. Same thing with Benjamin Blue. These guys are killing it. They're growing. They had a big activation in Vegas with Street League Skateboarding, which is Rob Dyrdek's company. They reached out to me saying, hey, we want to do this. And it was the talk of the event all weekend. They said, no one's seen anything like that. And again, for the video, we blew up the Liquid Death can if it were a Vegas casino, and it was like a Vegas implosion. Evian, Vegas implosion, skateboards on the strip. All creative ideas that couldn't come to life without AI, or you have to spend hundreds of millions of dollars. That, again, created connection, converted, was the talk of in real life activation in Vegas. So all of that being said, there's two big points with that. The one point is, you're talking about going all in. Go all in. When you're going to do something, do it. Don't worry about where you're at now, comparing yourself to the people who have been doing it for years. Because you evolve and take rabbit holes you don't go down. I didn't know I was going to go make AI video for one of the biggest skateboarding companies and water bottle companies for a Vegas activation. I didn't know I would be a consistent video maker for Mattress Mac. I didn't know Congo Sups would be utilizing me as an AI drop of the summer Santa Sangria. I didn't know I would be making just videos of Steve, and Steve's getting brand deals. Like, all these things have happened, and if I would have never just said, hey, I'm going to do it, just sat my thumbs and be like, it sounds cool, but I'm too scared, it would have never happened. And then secondly, AI is not slop. I am sick of seeing this. It can be, but here's the problem. Anything can be bad. The internet can be bad. If you have a butter knife, it can be bad. You can stab the shit out of somebody. AI can be bad, and it's scary, but it can also be also good. Social media can be also good. It can grow your company like crazy. AI can be also good. If you're an artist, you can express your ideas a new way, just that you can automate your workflows. You can make work less so you can spend more time being human. I think we're too black and white with everything, and there's so much gray area to just be like, there's always good and bad. Take advantage of the good. Otherwise, you end up being one of those people that sits on your hands and be like, should have done that, when you just look at negative, 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 negative.
Moral of the story is, I love what you say all the time. It's literally adapt or die. And I had to look myself in the mirror and feel like Father Time got me for just a little bit. Because when he was talking about Twitch and streaming and like, I don't like it. I don't like it. But I know it's what we need to do. So I'm so blessed to have you taking that and having Taj with the vision. And I'm just blessed to have all of you guys along this journey, and anything is fucking possible.
Yeah, we're doing it together.
We're doing it together. And, you know, I always talk about my goals before we close this out. You know, I never heard you say, what's your next 5 years? What would you like to accomplish? And if you don't want to put it out there, you don't have to. But, you know, I have my things, and I want to know what you have kind of.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good question.
Out of that?
Yeah, I don't like thinking in like long-term 5 years things, but I mean, of course, you have to. Of course, like when it comes, you know, I'm married now, and then starting a family is on the horizon in the future, like that comes to mind, and being able to provide. That's why a conversation like happened with me and Taj. Like, we just need clarity in the future. And it was a hard conversation, and it's like, hey, I got a family to provide for, you do too, and like, how can we continue to do this so everyone continues to succeed and grow together? Hard conversation, but beautiful ending towards it. So thinking about the evolution of us as a family and us individually with our families continue to coexist and thrive, that's a thought. And then being able to take care of my family and everyone together as a family, like that's huge. And I think as far as like business goes and the supplements go, I want the gym to finally get its flowers, quote unquote. We already have them, but just like Gold's Gym is a destination for bodybuilders to go to, I talk about this with Cole all the time. We don't want to franchise Congo because Congo cannot be franchised at the given state it is. You can't go to make Congo 2.0 in Florida because we are Congo. We understand that. And people used to tell us that's a weakness. Like, oh, it's just you guys, you can't scale. That's actually our strength because there's no one like us. So let's make Congo a destination. If you're coming to Houston, you have to go to Congo. It's a place to be. And we're getting there slowly. But I want random people, not just in New York and LA. I want someone from Italy. I want someone from Dubai. I want someone from anywhere in Europe, Asia, China, say, oh, I'm going to Houston. We're going to Congo. We're going to go to Congo. Secondly, I want the brand itself, and it's going to happen because the brand itself is going to stand out. They'll come to the gym because they recognize the supplement and the brand. They understand, they'll recognize that, oh, these supplements are cool. All the guys who work at the company and the ladies are just super cool and badass. They live what they preach, and it all funnels down. Like, I want this to be plastered all over everywhere you see. I want it to be bigger than Prime. I want it to be bigger than any of these other consumer packaged good companies. And it's not to say I hate those guys. I look up to those guys. Those guys are killing it and not trying to be like competition's bad. I think competition's great, and they'll tell you the same thing. But to be in a level not where they're at, but even larger, because it's just fun. It's not to say that we're better than anybody else. It's just a fun game, and we've always looked up to so many people, and we now have the opportunity to be those people. And like a lot of those people we felt burnt us and weren't what they really were. I want to get to that level and say like, hey, we reached this level, but we're just still the kids from Wyoming and have that good human heart, down to earthness.
Right. You got a number in your mind, finance wise?
No
you
number.
Don't have to. Everybody's different.
Yeah, no number. I think there's no number. Just continue to get this out there, and that's about it. I don't really have a number. I don't have an exit number. That time will come. Who knows? We may not exit. And I think I said this in the last podcast that we didn't get. Your is it 2.3 billion?
2.3.
Why? What's stopping us from making 2.3 billion a month? And some of you might say, "Oh, that's impossible. Oh, that's greedy. You can't do that."
Even Sly got it for that one.
Like the way the world's going, like why not make 2.3 billion a month net revenue as a company?
And you're talking about all that. You're talking about slop. You're talking about AI, and then the AI idea I gave you, and you mentioned things about action movies. We're gonna put Botshot live on the spot before we close this out. I'm looking for top 5. I'm gonna give him top 3. His favorite action movies.
Gotta go Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
That's number 1.
I'm gonna give you your 3 first.
No, I'm saying
I know. I'm gonna give you 3 and I'll rank them after that.
Oh, he needs a computer, everybody.
No.
Better go call ChatGPT. Yeah, he's gonna think.
Are we counting Rocky 4? Is that considered an action movie, or is that more of a?
The fact that you had to ask that fucking question.
What do you mean? Is it an action movie or not?
I'm gonna give it action movie, but
You don't have to.
no, it is. It is. Stallone would tell you Rocky 1 is a drama, but it's an action movie. So it's
Okay.
Rocky 2.
I'm gonna give Rocky 4,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go Commando.
Okay. There's 3.
Okay, you want 5?
Number 5.
Let's see here.
And is there any particular order? Is this 1, 2, 3? Was that
No
your 1,
order
2, 3?
yet. No order
Okay.
yet. I'll probably put Rocky 4 as the first one.
Okay, Rocky 4, and then
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, and then Commando.
Commando.
Okay.
Let's
What's
see.
Mount Rushmore? Mount Rushmore's 4, right?
Mount Rushmore's 4.
All right, give me one more.
Let's see. Trying to think.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, I know that movie. Don't worry. I'm giving you a good one. I'm thinking this
That's
through.
all right. Take
Yeah.
it through.
I hate to go Arnold again, but I'm going to go Total Recall.
You can go Arnold all you want. I would have gave you 4 Stallone movies.
Yeah.
I would even gave you Lethal Weapon 1, Lethal Weapon 2, Lethal Weapon 3, and Lethal Weapon motherfucking 4.
Yeah, I'm going to go Total Recall. I'm going to go Commando. I'm going to go Judgment Day. I'm going to go Rocky 4.
Very nice. Would you like to ask mine before we close this
Yeah,
out?
why not? Go ahead.
My top 3 what?
Go Mount Rushmore.
Of what?
Action movies.
You're the host now. Top 4. Rambo 1, First Blood. Rambo 2, First Blood Part 2. Rambo 3, Latin and Last Blood. That's how we're going to get it done in this movie.
All right, hold on. I got another one for you. Top 4 supplements you took growing up before we got into the computer age of ordering online. When you used to walk in GNC,
This is
grab
great.
supplements.
This is great because this is nostalgia, and we were just having this conversation about with Hannah and them about why supplements and this and that. Because I told them I was like, I was the dumb son of a bitch that walked into GNC and saw something cool, and I'm like, holy shit, freaking Tiger Stripes, a gorilla. Warrior Hydration, and there's a gorilla sipping it. I'm so buying this. And in today's world, when I see subprimal blue labels and just one plastic bag or something, I'm like, what the is this? The top 4 supplement companies or
products and
Products,
the product
okay.
by the company, whether it was a pre-workout by so-and-so,
top 4?
protein
Does
by
that have
so-and-so.
to top 4? Does that have to mean it has to be my favorite, or will some of them I had a couple bad experiences?
Just go top 4 experiences. It can be bad, good.
Okay. Top 4, number 1, all the one that got it started for me all. Sly's fucking breathing heavy. You want some of that Benjamin Blue, huh, boy? Let's get that live promo real quick. Benjamin Blue, Marco, check it out. Here you go, Sly.
Oh.
Come for the Benjamin Blue water. Maybe I'm thirsty or I'm not. Yeah, no, he's gonna go to the floor. Okay, he's not. Okay, the one that started it all, it would be Super Pump 250, Gaspari Nutrition, and that mother got you jacked and stacked. Why I lied about what got it started it all? I would say it was actually Spark and Advocare. It was Spark, arginine, and Catalyst. It was that concoction, and then we got into Super Pump 250. That thing was probably one of my favorites. Super Pump was next level, Gaspari Nutrition. And this was back when you could put some shit in them. And it was just different Super Pump than it is now. And then Muscle Pharma Salt, that bad boy, next level. That was, whew, that was a doozy. And I'm going to have to go, I'm going to have to go more than Mount Rushmore, man, because this is a hell of an experience.
Let it out.
4, BSN, Nutrition, fucking No Explode. Our buddy Drew Milner popped one of those once. Doesn't take pre-workout, and he literally had a heart attack. 99.9% for sure. He was at the car wash. He's calling Stodge. He's got to go. He really can't do it. And his heart, he almost had a heart attack by taking No Explode. Swear to God, true story. Summer of 06, maybe it was. We were doing the High Rocks workouts then too. But that's neither here nor there. I got to add another one, Jack 3D. That was every meathead in college staple. You didn't get to be in that era of time, I don't think.
I was on the tail end of it.
You were tail end of
Yeah.
it. And just everybody, and it was a scoop like only this big too. And those ones, you would dome it. And you'd have guys take 3 to 5 of those motherfuckers at once. And I don't know what was in there, but there's definitely banned substances in that thing. So Jacked 3Ds, but I don't even think it's called Jacked 3D. I think it's just called Jacked.
I think it's called Jacked.
And
yeah,
then-
they had traces of meth in there.
Oh, well, there you go.
1,3-dimethyl.
Boom, right there. The guy that knows who formulated our supplements. There's nothing bad in our supplements.
nothing bad.
However, on another episode, we will get into ingredient labels.
Yeah.
And nutrition facts, and for the war that is about to be sprung in the world of Congo Seps versus all the perfect bullshit shit out there. And we're ready for this war. We're ready for the smoke. We are disruptors, and we will continue to be disruptors, not to piss people off, but because we want to strive for more and know that you motherfuckers can't hang with us, and we welcome competition because competition is good, and we want to get to where you're at. You set the label, so now we're going to try to go higher than the label. And if you ain't first, you're last. Basha, you got anything else?
No, I think I asked you that question
Oh, okay.
because he rambled off experience and memories and actual experience of the product.
You had a little something behind the question
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you thought I was answering the question, but you were deeper in that
Yeah,
because you went to Community 4.0. Okay.
With that being said, look at that. This is our company. He's taken stuff out there since supplements were becoming a thing, before they were even big. He took all those products. He had good experiences. He had bad experiences. Halima, Advocare, good experiences, bad experiences. Taj, other brother, good experiences, bad experiences. In my end, good and bad. We, through a collective of decades combined between us, have the knowledge, have the user customer experience in the back end of what has been put out there, what tastes good, what performs good, what tastes like shit, what performs like shit. And we were able to make that versus the other companies you guys were buying. They just copied the guy behind them. And with every copy, it's just been dwindled down and diluted to just try to make it like the other guy. Versus us, have experience. We know what works and doesn't. Handcrafted this from our own minds, our own experience as a consumer to put out to you. You should trust it because as a consumer, we know to the core what this product is, what it will give you, and it's not a copycat of anybody else.
Big facts. Basha, go ahead and give us a little promo for each one of our, it doesn't have to be fast, of our sponsors if you can remember our sponsors.
Okay. We got, I'm going to not forget Diane this time. Diane.
Yeah, go and give love to Diane
Yeah,
because
Diane.
she's helped you out.
Yeah, Diane, give her love to her. She is a wellness hormonal doctor. She specializes in women's health, but has helped myself and a lot of other people out. I had a really bad insulin problem. I would crash, especially with the hours I was working. My dopamine system was shot, but also I was running on a baseline level of like -50. But with that being said, I was still doing this shit. And now that I'm about -1, I can perform a lot better still. So she helped fix that for me, helped me put on some muscle when I was 170, and now I'm up to 205, and I just feel a lot better. And she's helped a lot of people out there too. We got Sebastian's Plumbing. If you're in need of plumbing needs, Sebastian's a great guy, has a big company. He goes and plumbs, plumbs the correct verbiage. He does the plumbing for a lot of our clients' houses. I've heard nothing but great things, unbiasedly. Again, we don't sponsor people we don't align with. It's all people we actually with. Who else is on there? Am I missing? Regal Pools. Again, came to the gym. It worked out. He could have one of the shittiest build-out companies for pools in the world, but he actually has one of the best. So we align with it. Shout out to Regal Pools, hardworking dude as well. And who else am I missing? Anybody else? Is Benjamin Blue. Benjamin Blue, we gave a shout out to, official sponsor. Again, amazing guys. Support us. We're going to support them. They got a good product we actually drink. We're not going to promote anybody we don't actually use, want to use, or associate with. That's not how we operate. Who am I missing?
Who are we missing?
Phoebe and then Legends.
Oh, Phoebe. Again, trainer, know her well. We wouldn't send you to go get a house with her. Is she a realtor or a broker? She's a realtor? Realtor. We wouldn't send you to go get a house with Phoebe if we didn't trust her. So, again, shout out Phoebe. And then Legends. We've been on Legends since 2020, 2019. Taj is when I found the brand before they even blew up. It's a big brand now. Diplo's rocking it. All these endorsers and celebrities are rocking it now. But, again, we had a need for shorts that weren't uncomfortably tight in the wrong places, didn't look like Queso Boy shorts, didn't look generic, had a cool look to it, but not too try hard, performed well. And Legends been doing that since we found them in 2020. God damn, that was a good ad, Legends. And we've rocked with them since. Again, we don't wear any other shorts in the gym except Legends. There's a few off days where a different brand approaches us to try out the product, and of course we will, but Legends, time in and time out, has proven to be the best for us, our clients, and there's a discount code, I believe, if you type it in or go to the website. You can put it up here, Aaron. Legends. But again, these are all brands, going back to authenticity, is like we align with. We just didn't get sponsors for the hell of getting sponsors. We don't make supplements for the sake of making supplements. We don't post for the sake of posting. It's literally what we do, and we wouldn't put it out there if that wasn't the case.
Go and cue that voodoo child.
Yeah.
Real quick. Yeah. Mine right for this last promo. You're pumping your own supplements. I'll let the lead off, okay? So as you can tell, this podcast was nothing but fire, adapt or die, AI technology, non-AI technology. Sadly, you know, we do have to adapt. However, you don't have to go get yourself out there to buy an electric car, though. You go to get yourself more horsepower. And speaking of horsepower, brother, give me a horsepower little drink right there. Which one should I take? You got that? You got that new sangria? No, I want the. I want the actual Congo Sub sangria. Give me that thing, brother. Yeah, brother, this right here. Why, this is the one to go for, all you Congoites out there. It took a while to get it, and it's February. It's the season of love, brother, and there's nothing that says love other than sangria and jackness, because red, white, and pink, that's the colors, brother. And when Congomania and Hulkamania and the mania that's gonna go down in the bedroom, brother, when you take a scoop of this and you get down in there and you have the energy, just keep on going, brother. Like when I push Andre Giant over the top rope, you're gonna take your significant other over the top rope, and you may or may not have a baby. Butcha! What you got, Jack?
Oh, we see you talking about the bedroom, and come on, it's like pumping, and the greatest joy of the pumping is the other, if you know what I'm talking about, and the Congo Subs creatine. You go to the gym, you walk in, you say, I'm tired today, I don't feel like working out, it's bullshit. No. You take your Congo Subs, you grab the Santa Sangria, you grab the weight, you dome it, you take the weight, you lift up, Allen 1, Allen 2, Allen 3, you keep going, and when you stop, you don't stop, you keep going, because your Hydrox lifters, you want to stop at 100 reps, that's cute, you go 200, you go 300,
Jack!
Come on, you go more, and then you turn to the robot, you are the robot. And this is Congo Subs. What is this?
I got this. You take your Congo Subs wild, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, my God.
Take that thing, brother. You ain't got to take the whole thing because Diane told you about your issues. Now I'm going to let it rip here, brother. And if you're not down with the vision, the entrepreneurship, the adapt or die, the next level of the 5 years, Jack, of all you Congoites out there, then we got 2 words for ya. Suck it! Like, subscribe, share.
Like, subscribe, share, fire. Let's hope the audio works this time.